Hey everybody, and welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and Lady still in Lake Jackson, and we're back in my little galley kitchen for one that's going to be super simple. We've done it before, but this was something that somebody suggested. Like I always say, we will revisit these if you got another idea. So we're going to do one. I thought part of this was a bit of a legal problem that you can only get if you were single, because it was a tortelloni. Shut up, it's a dad joke. I turned 43 and unlocked them as a feat. So, we're going to get into it. It's going to be a salad dressing thing. This is going to be nice. It's simple. It's easy. It's going to be relatively quick. So, this is going to be great. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff. All these are linked in our doobly-doo for our merch, which is all kind of neat stuff that I'm not wearing at the moment because I have a meeting directly after this. So, let's get into the food, man. This is going to be great. Yeah.
All right, it's not a lot of stuff. The first thing you need to get is some of these pre-made tortellini stuff. The tortellonis. But it's tortellini. I got the 3 cheese one. That's one's going to make it the 4 cheese one. You're going to get some Parmesan. This is Parmesan Romano stuff. And then if you want to, real bacon. Don't get the little crunchy ones because those are gross, but get the ones that are actual little bacon, little squishy bits. If you want to do them, it's optional. Now, I always add a little bit more seasoning here. Got garlic powder, stand by. You want to get some oregano and some basil. Or oregano and basil in the States. I'm going to use a little bit of salt, but I'm going to use this fancy sea salt. It's mesquite smoked, just a pinch of it. You can just use regular table salt, that's fine. Now, most of the time when you do this, or make pasta salad, you use just this Italian dressing. Now, this is the creamier of the two. It's thicker. It's not nearly as see-through or whatever, but there's still junk at the bottom of it. You can use that. That is absolutely fine. Use whatever dressing you want, but I found this one, and it works amazing. This garlic, basil, vinaigrette dressing. It's still got stuff in the bottom. It's a little thick, but it works amazing. It tastes great. And I think it's apparently healthier for you. It's got less sodium in it than the other ones. So first thing you want to do is get you a decent sized pot, fill it about half to 3/4 of the way with water, turning it up to medium high. I set it on about a 6 on the thing of 8. So let's bring that to a boil. Okay. Once we do that, gotta make sure there's no hairs in or nothing. Also get you a wooden spoon, place it across the top. It keeps it from boiling over. I don't understand the magic of it, but it does. So once that comes to a boil, not necessarily a rolling boil, just a lot of friggin' bubbles at the bottom, because I have no patience. Go ahead and put your pasta directly in there in the water. Now you're going to want to do this for 10 minutes if you want a little al dente, little crispier, or 11, which is a big difference. It's just 1 minute. So I'm going to do it for 11 and let it boil. All right, that's 10 is al dente, 11 is softer, whatever. Now it's going to make tossing it a little bit more tricky, but that's the only real difference. If you want, tougher noodles versus softer noodles, right? 1 minute difference. So leave your spoon up there. It'll keep that going across there. So once it's been in there for 10 minutes, kill the heat, okay? And then you're going to take this, strain it over a sink, and then put it into a bowl. So let's go ahead and take that. Now, I use this because, I got to transport it to a party. And it's easy. Woo! I almost threw it all on the floor. But I just go ahead and put it in here, and it's easier to transport and cover because I'm not going to eat this entire thing. Okay, so just put it in there. Use your wooden spoon. That's going to be nearby. Now we're just going to add everything else. Shake the bejeebles out of your dressing here. Shake, shake, shake. All right, make sure everything comes off the bottom. And the trick is you don't want to drown it. You're not going to use the entire bottle. You're going to use maybe a third of it. You want it just lightly coating each one. You don't want it to be swimming in it, okay? So put it in there, stir it, make sure they all seem to have the same oil and seasoning stuff on it. You'll see it. It gets shiny. Like, even after the water, you put the oil on it, it gets shinier. So give it a nice, gentle toss. Again, with the wooden spoon, be nice and soft with it, or you're going to tear these little tortellinis up, okay? So I add a little bit more. Now, if you look, it's like I said, it's like a third of the bottle. It's not even a full half. Take that, make sure it's nice and coated in there, and then we're going to, once we get it tossed once, we're going to start adding our seasoning and then toss it a little more. So don't worry if it doesn't get all covered immediately, okay? So I'm going to use my salt, just a pinch of that, just a little bit of wiggle in there. That's just a taste. If you don't want to put the salt in there, that's completely up to you. Be sure to add some to the spoon just for Jack, okay? Then I'm going to get my garlic powder. Now this is just dictated by the ancestors. We just keep stirring, make sure it gets on a spoon for Jack until the ancestors grab our hand and say that's enough, okay? Now I use just a couple of shakes of my basil, and then the same for the oregano. Again, these are all the taste. There's not really measurements to it. It's just if you don't like it, don't do it. But just a few shakes, just a little bit over it, and then we're going to give it a nice gentle toss again. Now it's going to stir those in there. Now you want to keep that different from the cheese because the cheese will kind of stick to it and keep it to where it's at, where it won't toss properly. So go ahead and get the seasoning stuff, get that tossed first. Then we're going to come back and go with our cheese. This is the Parmesan and Romano. You can use Parmesan, whatever, but it just gives a little more cheese to it, or a lot more cheese, depending on your ancestors and their aim when they grab for your hand to tell you to stop. Give that one a nice toss. Now, I ended up doing it twice just because I like more cheese on mine. But again, if it dries it out too much, you got too much cheese and stuff on it, you can always go back and add a little more dressing, kind of get it wet. The bacon bits, again, just to your preference. I had just a little bit, mostly because I always grew up doing that, having to get my dad to eat it. I had to put meat in whatever the hell we're doing. So just go ahead and put that in the pasta, give it a nice quick turn with that, and that's it, man. You are done. Serve this in a bowl. You can serve it while it's warm. You can wait till it's cool. That's fine. I prefer it warm, but that's just me. If you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let me know, man. But I absolutely adore this. I was always raised on the pasta salad. It's just quick, boil some pasta, throw some Italian dressing on it, and that's fine. This is a little classier. It's still well under our budget. It's good for food prep as long as you keep it in a sealed container and keep it refrigerated. You know, it'll dry out. If you don't, you need to kind of seal it in there and stuff. But this is great, man. I absolutely love this. If somebody tells you to bring something, I was like, I'll bring pasta salad. And you're like, oh, yeah, man. And you show up with something like this, like, bam, 6-cheese pasta salad in your face and stuff. So this works out really well. You got to check it out. You got to try it. Let me know if you do. Send us pictures of it. I'd love to see it.
And there you have it, folks. You got 5 cheeses and a salad. It's pasta salad with 5 cheeses and a little bit of meat. If you want to use that, again, that's optional. If you do it differently, want to see us do it differently, again, this is somebody telling us how to do it, and I came back and did it. So, yeah, let us know. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can find us on the social medias and tell us over there. Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, we're at all those. Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. We're also at Instagram, Live Between, shorten it there. Me, Osway Nerdy, I'm on all those, including Twitter for now. And over on TikTok, where I'm just doing mostly my nerd stuff, but a little bitty, cooking stuff over there as well. And I will see y'all next time. Y'all, please be safe. I'm going to go dive into this food, man. Catch y'all later.